Now Jackson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Cuts off the pass. Number 21.
Number 9.
There's 48 seconds left in the first. Here's Jackson. Outside Jackson. Jackson kicks to Jackson. Stolen. And here we go. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence. Man, another mistake. This is embarrassing. I mean, you've got to make better decisions than that.
Jackson, he's checked in for Jackson. 27 seconds left to play here in the first.
And the story of this game in the early stages is just how well they've been shooting the ball.
Steve, their percentage from the floor is really impressive up to this point.
Where was he going with that pass? That's just an awful turnover.
They are enjoying, Steve, a commanding lead.
Well, and it gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest, which is so critical during this grueling NBA season.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
Just seems like they've been a step slow here.
And turnovers, Clark and Steve, have been the issue for him.
Yeah, it sure has been the case. I mean, turnovers are like missing breakfast. Eventually, it's going to cost you.
Why does it always come back to food, Clark?
Number 11 makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
I couldn't have dreamt of a much better start than what they've had here today.
Everything's worked, especially offensively, and what a lead they have already to show for it.
And the buzzer sounds to end the first, and we've got a blowout underway here. The home team. And we welcome you back to more NBA action. Players looking hydrated and plenty of Gatorade to help them get their job done tonight.
It was a pretty solid first quarter for this club. They limited their mistakes and really took advantage offensively.
You know what? I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. That's excellent pressure and good activity with the hand.
Jackson is out there with Jackson. Then there's Jackson. Then there's Jackson. And it's Jackson in at the small forward position. They grab their own miss. Number 9. Can't get it to go. Now here's Jackson. Outside Jackson. Hit his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. Here's Jackson. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. They swipe it.
Well, that was really a gift there. A nice steal, but probably a pass that shouldn't have been made in the first place.
Number 9.
The visitors with the ball. Outside Jackson. Picked off in midair. And he banks in the layup.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's Jackson. Deflected. And so out of bounds it goes. And they retain possession. Jackson, he's checked in for Jackson. Here's Jackson. Pass to Jackson. Unloads. It's off his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball.
Well, just too many easy buckets, in and around the paint. So he wants to put a stop to it. His timeout is going to be used to try to tighten up the defense.
Guys at this level, they won't miss often if you keep giving up looks inside, and they're paying for that right now. Good timeout here. They've been very untidy with the ball here. You commit turnovers when you try to do too much or you force it. They need to focus on making the simple play, good passes, and moving the ball around.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And they double up Jackson. Kicks to Jackson. Baseline J on the way. To the middle. Terrific assist. A nice finish. Solid play all around.
What a big-time mismatch it's been in the post. Where's the defensive adjustment? They're getting housed down there.
They sure are. You got to come up with something. A double team, maybe a substitution, but this is getting ridiculous.
Jackson with it. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Right side Jackson. Jackson kicks to Jackson. To the paint. Jackson passes to Jackson. And the pass goes out of bounds, and they'll turn it over.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Jackson, he's checked in for Jackson. Number 12, guarded by Jackson. And that is good. 8 points for him.
Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor. I mean, their offense in the paint has not been up to par.
And Clark, they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, I think so. Too cool. I mean, just not forceful enough, not alert or aggressive enough, and sometimes trying to do too much with the basketball.
Sometimes you just got to make the easy pass. Somebody's open, throw it to them. When you do that multiple times, the game starts to find a flow to itself.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but their cutting, their movement together as a unit that's led to that.
And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. And that one ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. They're really on their heels at this point.
Yeah, really at both ends of the floor. Nothing seems to be going their way.
Stolen. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And here comes Carter Williams. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Man, a real mental lapse there at a terrible time.
Well, Steve, it would have been a big gaffe anytime, but especially when you're behind.
Off the inbound. And it's good on the layup. He's got 10.
You know, they've been so effective when they've been able to get the ball inside.
Some real shortcomings from this defense. I mean, they've given up 5 straight looks in the paint.
Gone a perfect 5 for 5 from the field. Dropped. Number 12.
19 seconds on shot clock.
Jackson, he's checked in for Jackson.
Michael Carter Williams.
We've got 1:55 left to play here in the second quarter. And that's going to be out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. And that goes out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Outside Jackson. Off his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. And the ball travels out of bounds. Turnover.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
Number 12 gets it to go. He's got 6.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. And defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
It's been several possessions since they've converted.
Well, they've got to find a way to change that. Foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there while he's playing.
Well, the lead's only going to get bigger unless they shore up those mistakes. They've got to tighten things up here.
Number 21, smooth as silk on the finger roll.
Nicely done. They just continue to dominate inside. That's 10 points in a row in the lane.
It's now purely here it comes. See if you can stop it.
59 seconds left now here in the second. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Guys, untidy. You've got to value the possession of the basketball.
Yeah,
I know you agree with that, Steve.
no, totally. You got to play with control and composure, Kevin. Not hard to see why they trail the way they've given the ball away here.
Well, they're just letting it go. I mean, they're not careful. They're turning it over. 10 points off their turnovers already. They're serving it on a platter for the opponent.
And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Now here's Jackson. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Outside Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. Ball stolen. And they're moving it up. Number 21. And laid in to finish the break. 14 points for him.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
Yep, that's something that the defense has to put a stop to. Maybe a defensive adjustment is necessary here.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover.
Watch where you're running.
17 seconds left to play here in the half. Outside Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. Number 11 cranes the jumper to finish the break.
So deflating for a team, Clark, coughing up the ball at one end, and then it turns into immediate points at the other end.
And it's just as much of a boost for the team getting those easy points off the steal.
So as we conclude the first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome, everybody. I'm Damon Bruce, and welcome to halftime. The home team is on a tear right now. The assist total indicative of their unselfish play, spreading that ball around. On the other side, the away team not off to a great start. They've done a lackluster job boxing out for the defensive rebounds, getting run over inside. Michael Carter-Williams has not had a good showing. Turnovers have been an issue, almost beyond belief. You wonder which team he's playing for. And that's all there is for me here in the studio. Time to send you back to my friend Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Now here's Jackson. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. Back to Jackson. 6 to shoot. Jackson is doubled. Feeds away. Number 12. And he uses the glass on the layup. 10 points for him.
Another bucket in the paint. That's something they just have not been able to stop today.
I think it's time to make some adjustments defensively, Clark. I mean, what they've got going right now is not getting it done.
gone 5 of 7 from the field. That's over 71% actually. Gets the 14-footer to fall.
Another turnover leading to a bucket.
Yeah, they've made the most of all these chances they've gotten from turnovers. I mean, it's really fueling their offense right now.
So it's the visitors now. Now Jackson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And they double up Jackson.
I'm open!
Jackson kicks to Jackson. Back to Jackson. 5 to shoot. Right side Jackson. Fade away. And the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession. Ripped away. And they're running. Number 21. But they get it back. Number 9. Gets an open look and hits.
Guys, they've had a solid start to the second half offensively. Gotten good looks, and they've made 3 out of 4 of them.
Here's Jackson. The drive by Jackson. Right side Jackson. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Jackson's gone 1 of 3 shooting so far. That's good. He's got 14.
A nice start to the second half. Just 1 miss in their first 5 attempts.
Jackson with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Another steal. Good.
This has been a one-sided game in just about every area. The lead continues to grow.
Absolutely. Their offense and their D have been equal parts outstanding.
Now here's Jackson. Another steal. Number 12. And the ball goes out of play following the shot. A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Off his foot, and it's whistled a kick. Outside Jackson. Right side Jackson. He sinks the 11-footer. Jackson's got his second basket of the game.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. The typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
And unable to corral the miss, and it goes out of play.
24 seconds. Number 9.
Gone 2 of 5 from the floor.
Blocking foul. Bowman. Number 12. That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
The drive by Jackson. Back to Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. Dishes to Jackson. And that's another turnover for them. They just can't seem to keep a hold of the ball.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Balanced scoring, Clark and Steve, for them. They're moving it well.
Yeah, you love to see teams share the sugar. Everybody getting a touch, everybody enjoying an opportunity to score. That makes it a lot of fun for everybody on the court.
You know, it sounds better when you say it than watching it. Okay? I like better when you say it. Sharing the sugar.
Well,
right, Steve?
Yeah, pass the cream, too. I mean, while you're at it. I mean, this has been something to watch. I mean, just everybody getting involved.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
The defense has to make an adjustment. They've got to string together some stops, or at the very least, try to force this team into some bad shots.
And here's Jackson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Now here's Jackson. He's guarded closely. Back to Jackson. There's the dish to Jackson. Just 5 on the clock. Hit his foot. And it's being called a kickball. And there's the turnover. Pass going out of bounds.
Boy, just a brain cramp, guys. I mean, that should have been the simplest of exchanges.
Steve, they are in complete control.
Well, everything they're doing, Kevin, has been working out. I mean, the game plan was solid, and they are executing out there.
A big part of this run here has been their ability to hit from mid-range, guys. I mean, that's unique.
Man, some players and teams even shy away from that mid-range jumper, but this team seems to have it dialed in from that range.
Outside Jackson.
I see you.
Takes it from 10. Blocked. Here's the break.
Out of bounds. 19 seconds on shot clock. Number 16.
And here comes Carter Williams. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Off his foot. And the ref saying he kicked it. Jackson, he's checked in for Jackson. .29 seconds left to play here in the third. Jackson dishes to Jackson.
Back door.
And the pass to Jackson. Stolen away. Number 12, guarded by Jackson. Banked in off the glass. He's got 16.
Boy, they've looked good in the open floor today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Well, they've been doing the right thing, Steve. Anytime they've had numbers, they've gone straight up court with it right away. Boom.
Hit his leg. And it's whistled a kick.
Number 21.
8 seconds left to play in the third. And it ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession.
You take a risk with those long passes. They're lucky the D couldn't collect it.
Five seconds left in the third. Jackson fires for 3. And that's not going to go. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a... And we're getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup. But we'll see how much things change up here. And so here's the home team. Jackson is out there with Jackson. And there's Jackson. And there's Jackson. And it's Jackson in at the 1 spot.
And of all the things about him that you like offensively, it's his composure that jumps out at me. The way he never gets rattled. The defense can get in him. He doesn't care. He just continues to do his thing.
And I tell you, another quality that separates him from the crowd is the way he will fight his way through any screen in front of him. I mean, he just takes pride in not losing his man easily.
Jackson drives in and blocked. And here they come. Number 21. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. The visitors with the ball. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Gone 67% from the field, 4 of 6. Jackson kicks to Jackson. Outside Jackson, 6 on the shot clock. That doesn't fall. Can't drop his first shot. Number 21.
19. Number 9.
Here comes Michael Carter Williams. And it's going to be out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Jackson, he's checked in for Jackson. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Jackson kicks to Jackson. Shot from 6. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Fans don't like that call one bit.
Well, the officials got an earful as a result.
And no one able to grab it as it goes out of bounds.
Stay in bounds.
Here's Jackson. He kicks to Jackson. It's intercepted. Soft touch off the glass.
And once he took off, it looked like the defense just had no interest in getting in his way.
That's one where you just give up the 2 points and move on.
Getting it done, shooting over 55%, 5 of 9 shooting from the floor. And they double up Jackson. The open shot from Jackson. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson.
Well, when the double team's in place, it really spreads the floor offensively.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. That's good.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
Now Jackson. And that one ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Jackson, he's checked in for Jackson. Third minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Jackson is doubled. No good, and tight defense there bothered that shot. Number 12 makes it off the glass.
Look at the points in the paint, the inside game. It's been very one-sided here for a while now.
Well, the defense just hasn't been physical enough at the rim. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have come from the paint.
Foolish play. He's got to be thinking out there while he's playing.
Well, the lead's only going to get bigger unless they shore up those mistakes. They got to tighten things up here.
That bucket in no time at all.
You know, passing the ball well on the perimeter has really opened things up offensively for this club.
Steve, it makes the game easy. I mean, 10 straight points off assist. That's impressive, but it's easy when you move the ball.
Jackson kicks to Jackson. Jackson can't get that one to fall. Inside. Sinks that one from the post.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. And they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, a great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams.
Jackson with it. And the ball goes out of bounds. It's turned over.
Yeah, not a good idea throwing the ball down the court that far.
Well, they can tack on a few more points onto this run.
Boy, I tell you, it's getting to be a big run they're on here.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
.146 left to play here in the fourth. It's off his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. There's 1:40 left in the fourth quarter. On the wing, Jackson. Back to Jackson. On the wing, Jackson. 4 on the clock. Now the feed to Jackson. 8 feet away. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What an offensive performance it's been.
We've got 1:18 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Now here's Jackson. Off his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. Knocked away.
Turnovers have been a major problem for them here.
Well, you know, they've given up 6 points off their miscues, and they wish they could get those points back. They've got to change things up if they're going to cut into this lead.
There's a minute left in the fourth quarter. Outside Jackson. Jackson kicks to Jackson. Back to Jackson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Right side Jackson. Blocked. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. There's 39 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Number 12. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock.
Terrific job taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Steve, I thought those fans, those home fans, gave this team a big lift all game. A lot of positive energy in the building.
And I think this is going to be too much to overcome, Clark. What do you think?
All the sand in the hourglass is gone, and I agree with you.
It's off his foot, and the ref's whistling a kick ball. Jackson, he's checked in for Jackson. .24 seconds left in the game. Jackson kicks to Jackson. And the pass goes out of bounds, and they'll turn it over.
Where was he going with that pass? I mean, that's just an awful turnover.
Number 11. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Just look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Now Jackson. Stolen away. Number 11. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball. Really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shots.
Here's Jackson. Shot denied. And so the home crowd treated to a win. Not much to be critical of with this